using gestures, profanity, racial slurs, or unduly provocative language or actions for officials of business, spectators, or institutions of administrators will not be tolerated. There are grounds for
I'm not giving it up.
Thank you. Just enjoy tonight's game.
7-0.
And we are back at Pepin Stadium, and we are back on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. It's been a long summer, but Spartan sports are finally home. Last time out, if you were watching baseball, they were able to punch their ticket through the regional bracket and super regional showdown to Cary, North Carolina, where they took home another national title. And now it'll be Tampa women's soccer looking to get on the road to a national title of their own as they take on Christian Brothers University. I'm Taylor Storworthy, joined by Alex Trepper, and we've got an exciting matchup to kick off Spartan soccer in 2024.
Indeed we do. This is a rematch of last year's opener for both teams, where Tampa went on the road to Memphis, Tennessee, where Christian Brothers is located, and they had a nice 1-0 road victory led by goalkeeper Aiden Smith, who is back in net again for the Spartans.
Yeah, I mean, Aiden Smith, a veteran of the team, and she, the junior, will get the call to start in goal wearing the neon yellow jersey. But let's give the rest of the Spartans lineup who are wearing a red jersey today. No crazy design. Sometimes we see the men's team with different designs, but for now, just a perfect full red out almost, if you will, for the University of Tampa. As they get lined up and ready to go, attacking from left to right. Starting in defense, we've got the number 2, Sophia Libman, and then also the number 3, Zoe Whitten. The number 4, also in defense, the veteran Sophia Karlholm, one of the team leaders from Sweden. One of the forwards, we've got Brooke Kittner, the number 9, and Sydney Dennis, the number 10. Watch out for those two on the attack, the sophomore from St. Louis and the senior from Lithia, Florida. In the midfield, we've got Kate Russell, and we've also got Allison Wold, who will probably be flexible from the attack to the midfield. Kate Russell's a junior, and Allison Wold's a freshman. We also got Lauren Holschauer, a defender, Kendall Goner, a defender, and Tally O'Leary rounding out the order. It's a new year for the Spartans and a couple of new faces. And now we are officially underway as Christian Brothers send the ball down the left flank. Fight for possession, and Tampa will actually win it. Now, alongside the red jerseys, they actually do have a checker pattern on it as well. That's dark. Pretty cool little design this year, I believe, debuting the jerseys for the first time.
Well, it's always good to win the first throw-in of the year, as the Spartans did just then.
Indeed, and plenty of time left to play, 44 minutes in the first half, and the Spartans looking to build the first true attack, the throw-in coming in from Libman. But it'll be intercepted by Christian Brothers. Christian Brothers wearing a darker uniform today, gray, and their goalie uniform wearing black. Foul. That time, the sophomore just a little too aggressive on the challenge, and Christian Brothers gets the first free kick of the season. And, well, similarly, how Tampa wanted to win the first throw-in, Christian Brothers wanted to win the first free kick of the calendar year. Both teams have only had scrimmages between themselves or other teams. Christian Brothers had faced off against Southwest Tennessee Community College and Rhodes College previously, but this is their first official matchup, and they'd like to get revenge for their home defeat to the Spartans, as you mentioned, last season. That's going to go out for a throw-in, and it'll stay with Christian Brothers. Let's give you the Christian Brothers lineup, as we already mentioned the Spartans lineup. In goal, they've got a veteran of their own, Gemma Crow from Southend-on-Sea, England. And in defense, they've got Laura Rodriguez. They've got, in midfield, the number 5, Elisa Cruz. Here's a cross over to the goalie. It's picked up. Wasn't on target for a teammate.
Aiden Smith's first touch of the game.
It comes at a useful time. Even though it's a routine play, it's still one that has to be made. Sort of continuing on the lineup, we see the ball getting knocked back as the forwards from Christian Brothers pushing all the way up as they'll win it right back. In the midfield, there's Kami Jernigan and another forward, Alexa Franklin. And Dutras, a sophomore midfielder from Brazil. And there's also Giulia Ticozzelli from Milan, Italy, as one of the defenders. They've also got Matt Campbell from Tennessee, a freshman, getting the start today. However, she'll be able to wait around for a little as Tampa recycles possession from the back. Rounding out their lineup, the final 3 players are Yano Loza, Chloe May, and Hedda Isaacson. They've got a mix of young and old on the team, and as some of the COVID redshirt years expire for some of these rosters and colleges, we'll actually get to see more freshmen and young players getting these minutes. So that'll be an interesting change for teams to adapt to after, they were able to benefit from a few times having 5 or 6 year players.
Absolutely, and with a coach in Julie Osmond, like the Bucks have in her first season, obviously only one recruiting class, she's going to rely on those freshmen who she handpicked to come in with her to start her first year.
And here comes the throw-in now for the Spartans. And I know we were mentioning before the game how they have lost a bit of talent over the past, and they're actually leaving one of their veterans on the bench, likely to either come on later or maybe dealing with a potential small injury bug, but potentially training. Hopefully not the latter. Hopefully we see that person come back on, but maybe the fresh faces can help Christian Brothers out for a strong start of the season.
Mm-hmm. Both these teams finish middle of the table in their respective conferences. As here's a good ball in, but is headed away.
The mid-table isn't a bad place to finish, but both these teams would love to find their way into the conference tournament this season and potentially fight for a chance in the national championships. It's a long road to go, though, and a long season underway. And by the way, give you a very quick preview looking ahead. Sunshine State Conference action will continue for Christian Brothers on Saturday. They'll be on the road facing off against Eckerd. Tampa, meanwhile, will continue a 3-game home stretch. They'll be taking on number 12 ranked Lee to start the season. Lee Flames are always one of the stronger soccer teams for women's soccer. It will be a tough match for the Spartans, but hopefully the Spartans faithful can come out and give some support. If you're a student watching the broadcast, we'd love to see you in the stadium on Saturday, especially to cheer on the defense, as there's the ball brought into the box by Christian Brothers, deflected away. A tip from one of the forwards. I believe that was maybe Anna Dutra or Alexa Franklin right in the box. I think the latter might have been Franklin, just not able to give a perfect pass to a teammate. And now things will slow once again down for Christian Brothers.
Would have been a really nice heel click if you could have gotten that ball in.
They'll have a chance as the ball gets reset and sent out to the left side, but that'll turn into more of a clearance as Tampa will have to be on the defense from the throw-in. Taking it will be Mac Campbell, the 5'11 freshman from Collierville, Tennessee. Her and Chloe May are the 2 tallest players on the team, and they are both freshmen. We'll see if the height could make them dangerous players on set pieces, something that I know Christian Brothers would not mind to find in the attack as we get underway in the 5th minute. Now down the wing, but great defense by the Spartans, the left back forcing a throw-in with a good challenge to win the ball. Both teams looking for the first shot on target of the season. And I know both teams would also love it if it could find the back of the net. Both goalies definitely have to be ready as both teams get locked in. Now edge of the box, chance for Christian Brothers. Shot saved. Wasn't a bad effort. It just went right to Aiden Smith. And Aiden Smith is not going to let a shot like that get by her. She'll send the ball down the field. Looks like Tampa overloading players to the right-hand side. And that's going to be played through to the number 9, taking one bounce out of bounds before she could get to it. That's going to be unfortunate for Brooke Kidner, but the sophomore will definitely get more opportunities as we continue.
So far, really liking the pace from the wingers from UT. Offensively, a team that's somewhat struggled through the thick of conference play last year. If they could pick up some offense early and be able to carry that momentum through the rest of the season, would be a great improvement from last year.
Exactly. I mean, these early stages of the games, they're not necessarily conference-defining games. They're good for the national ranking, but it's sort of a warm-up for a lot of these teams to get challenging opponents and sort of take a feel for who are going to be the star players, the impact people for the year.
Exactly. As they start to find their identity of what kind of team they were. Last year, UT, very heavily defensive team, relied on the back four, relied on Aiden Smith. This year, probably would like to be more offensive, go on the attack more. They have a lot of speed on those wings. Was fortunate enough to catch some practice for the Spartans this week as
There's a free kick coming up for Christian Brothers off the foul. But
good tackle there to slow down momentum for the Spartans. But fortunately, I was able to come out to a practice and cover them earlier this week, and head coach for the Spartans really stressing the outside attack, getting the balls to the wings, letting the speed play before servicing back into the box is a good turnover there from the midfield.
Yeah, Tampa has been able to win the ball back sometimes, but it always feels like Christian Brothers is right there to prevent a counterattack. And especially for a team looking to work down the wings, the counterattacks are something to be wary of. So it's a good job for Christian Brothers to slow it down for now, but the Spartans got plenty of time to find it. Lofted ball picked up by the goalie. Another easy catch by Aiden Smith. That won't be registered as a shot, as that was a through ball just off target, but Smith getting some early practice. And once again, kind of keeping to that wing play ideology. Lofted down the right side, but it's going to be closer to the center of the park, and that'll roll all the way to Gemma Crow, the first time she's able to pick up the ball this season, and rolling it out to the left, or to the right. Attacking down the Spartans' left side. And the Spartans going to win it right back. That'll be a useful turnover. Looking at their formation, I think they're running a 4-1-4-1. The formation with a holding midfielder, a target forward up top, and then two central midfielders with two wing players who are adept at bringing up the play. At least that's how it looks in the attack at the moment.
I would have to agree with you, and it's one of those new hybrid sort of formations that have taken over college soccer. Here's a good move to the inside.
Great play down the wing, excellent clearance, and Tampa actually did bring the ball to the box, but the defense will slow down the Spartans for now. And indeed, I mean, it's definitely more of a well-known sort of playing style, I'd say, sort of that 4-1-4-1 attacking idea, because it's more so birthed out of the 4-3-3 that has been pretty popular throughout a lot of levels of soccer, from high school, college, and especially the professional ranks, with the 4 defenders, the 3 midfielders, typically 1 holding, 2 central, and then 2 wing players and a target forward, played into the box, deflected to the goalie. It was a good build-up play for the Spartans, but the final touches actually were off Christian Brothers players rather than Tampa attackers. However, Tampa putting more pressure on the ball. Maybe that's going to play into the attacking mentality. The press, delivering some pressure. Tampa down the right wing.
It's a good ball there from...
Great ball to the teammate, but the cross from Brooke Kittner won't find a target in the box. Brooke joins the Spartans from Coastal Carolina at her previous school, looking to make an impact, and I know she'd like to be the first Spartan on the scoreboard, or at least get the assist for the first Spartan on the scoreboard. And she's already been active on the right side today.
Yeah, her and number 2, number 2, Sophia Libman, have been working really well together, getting balls into that deep corner.
Tampa, good job defending to stop the counterattack. Christian Brothers were building some quick momentum. But it'll be slowed down now with Tampa holding on to the ball. But I think it's great to have a veteran like Lidman on the wing to work with someone who's getting settled into the Tampa system like Kittner. And I imagine that will be a dynamic duo to watch for throughout the season. 12 minutes gone in the first half, 33 minutes to play. Neither team registering a serious opportunity apart from Christian Brothers getting the first shot on target of the year for either school. However, it was an easy save by Smith, and both teams will be looking to try to force their first corner kick of the night. Maybe it'll come here. Tampa
advantage given
into the box. It's picked up by the goalie. The advantage did expire on the play, though. Now Christian Brothers moving it out to the right-hand side. Can they escape the Tampa pressure? Another wayward pass to the middle of the park. But Christian Brothers won't find room on the wing. Lindman with a through ball forward. And once again, Tampa's number 9 on top of it. Looking for some space. Passing it back to Lindman. She'll lift across into the box. It is deflected away by the goalie. Not cleanly enough. Once again, back in the box. Pass, scramble. Now at the edge of the box. Should fall to the Spartans. Good effort on defense to slow down the attack by Gemma Crow. but Tampa is not done yet. Pass back inside, deflected, and that'll be an easy play for Crow. And also, foul is called.
What an opportunity there for the Spartans. Just service after service into the box. Unable to beat Crow in net. Great defending from the Bucks.
It's a great attack to have, but the Bucks were able to hold on and keep Tampa off the scoreboard. But Tampa do register their first 2 shots of the season, though. Both of them saved by Gemma Crow. Tampa bringing it down the left side, play to the center of the park, but it's cleared away before Allison Wold can get to it. While she's listed as a forward on the roster, she is playing in the midfield. Although for a lot of the times, positions are very flexible for players. They can go up and down the field.
Seen Tampa, especially with that 1-4-1-4 formation, gives freedom to the players to flow up and play the offense. Like Rodriguez, a defender, getting almost to the near edge of the box on the attacking side.
Yeah, and certainly, I mean, you look at the number 2 of Lindman playing, not necessarily a super attacking role, but a lot like many wing players these days on defense will be very active in the team's attacks and not just sitting as a holding fullback, but someone who can help keep the play wide and get some good crosses into the box. And Lindman's going to send the ball forward, and it'll be deflected away. Nice job by Yano Loza, the Ecuadorian midfielder, to get in front of the ball. Here come the Bucks, building an attack. And there's a foul on the play. They were playing advantage, but here comes the free kick for Christian Brothers.
First attacking free kick the Spartans will face this season.
No booking on the play either, and definitely the right call, as it was more just an incident there rather than a serious foul, I'd argue. Just trying to make the challenge and does so at the wrong angle. The bench players for the Bucks watching on. There will be some people warming up within the next, I'd say, 10 minutes or so. You do expect some changes later in the first half.
Yeah, always first game, first couple of games, coaches will rotate their rosters around, get everyone some playing time. Whoever they feel could make an impact later in the season, get them some experience.
And also, especially to build up some match fitness. These players have had active preseasons at the start of the school year. Shot! What a save! Wow,
Aiden Smith.
I was not expecting that to be
Welcome to the 2024 season.
Yeah, I mean, what a play and what a shot, too, because I'll say, you don't see a lot of free kicks that are that seriously dangerous on goal.
Yeah, that was a great, just all-around soccer play. Great free kick taken. Great save by the keeper.
Against, I think, a few other Sunshine State Conference goalies, that could be a 1-0 lead for Christian Brothers. But rising to the occasion, Aiden Smith, probably the play of the half already with that save.
Huge impact moment early in this game.
And wonder if Tampa can now capitalize off the counterattack after winning the ball back.
5 on 4. 5 on 4.
Played through, lead forward, slide, tackled away from the goalie, headed forward again, goalie out of position. Trying to win the ball, goes down, no foul called, stays with Christian Brothers.
What a sequence, wow.
Sometimes it's those big saves that'll cause an instant response in the attack. And indeed, the Spartans did get an instant response.
Onside, she's onside.
Maybe another. Kittner onside, down the right wing, has a little bit of room. Cuts across, into the box. Dispossesses defender. Played up top, but no one's there.
Chance after chance for the Spartans the last 7 minutes or so.
Yeah, and they're still looking to keep this chance alive. Good short passing. Definitely credit on that previous play by Gemma Crow. After a big save from the Spartans, she had to run out of the box to make a sliding challenge to stop what would have been a 1-on-1 chance. Or rather, a 2-on-0 chance.
It would have been 2-on-0 there, Taylor.
Because there were 2 forwards for Tampa
It was
no Bucks defenders.
5 on 4. I can't remember, because it was all moving so fast. I don't remember who made the pass, but it was a beautiful 2-touch pass to Kittner up top. As I believe we're having our first sub of the game.
Looks like it'll be a defensive change moving in for Christian Brothers. Maybe it was for one of the players on that previous play that might have just been out of position or just missed a challenge.
27, Crystal Telez from Memphis, Tennessee checks in.
So we'll see Telez getting her first outing of the season, the freshman. We'll be watching as now the Bucks bring the ball forward, but that's going to be won by Tampa's defense. I believe that's Carholm clearing that away for the Spartans. The number 4 has been a face to remember for the Spartans the last few seasons. You know, whenever you see the lineup sheet day in and day out, Carholm is the constant in the back. Now, throwing for the Spartans as we continue now. Just a little under 20 minutes played in the half. I don't know if we'll get a hydration break due to the weather. Sometimes you do. If so, that'll come within probably the next 5 or so minutes.
Unfortunately, the fans at home cannot see the sky from our camera point, but it is turning a little black. So I doubt these officials want to stop this game for anything they don't have to.
I totally agree, because it's Tampa, it's the lightning capital of the world, and, you know, there might be rain coming in later today. But, you know the saying, do it on a cold, rainy night in Snoke? Well, how about these players getting tested on a warm, rainy night in Tampa? Cross to the box. No one's there at the far post. Almost had a header. Goal kick coming up for Christian Brothers. That was a pinpoint cross. Completely had Crow out of position. If player on the far side could have got to it, can't tell the number, but it's probably one of the attackers. I believe that might have been Tally O'Leary. If O'Leary had just gotten a touch, that's probably an open goal.
And a great ball there from Sydney Dennis. Just a tad bit too high.
Dennis always a catalyst for the attack as well. Definitely someone to watch for when she is in possession, whether it's down the middle or on the wings. I think she's been playing more as the central forward today, but likely with some flexibility to move out to the left and right sides to help when the attack is needed. Tampa looking to put some pressure on the Bucks. Let's actually give you, as we were mentioning some of the weather today, the rain and, well, potential rain and that stuff. Let's give you the weather update here at the University of Tampa, as this is going to go back to Crow and be recycled pretty easily. Here in North Hyde Park, it is 91 with a real feel of 101 degrees. Warm weather at 7:22 p.m. Good clearance to stop a through ball that would have had an attacker through on goal. No foul on the play. Tampa's going to win it right back. Christian Brothers win it right back again. Bit of a loose ball, but now Tampa.
Great defense there. Great defense from number 4, Sophia Corholm.
And now Carlom's going to help on the attack. Through ball played into space. A bit of room on the right side. Good challenge, though, to win the ball back in the box. That's going to go out for a goal kick.
A great shield there from number 19, Giulia Tusalelli.
Giulia Ticazelli from Milan, Italy, the sophomore. She was the last player back and delivered with a big stop. It's going to be played forward now by Matt Campbell, but Tampa's going to win it right back. Still no corner kicks for either team, though. And again, mentioned Christian Brothers have the two 5'11 players. Those are some players to be wary of on any set piece. Tampa doesn't have too many people to match their height. Their only 5'10 players are their goalies, and Aiden Smith and Leah Duhan off the bench. Their tallest normal player would be Brianna Pachulski, the freshman from Huntersville, North Carolina.
I have to mention the entire team for Christian Brothers is warming up on the sidelines. You'll see them in the top left of your screen. Very rare you see the entirety of the bench warm up. Might be getting a full 11 sub. I've only seen it once in college soccer.
It might be happening again right here. Although there is one player by the bench, I believe the player that went out a few minutes prior. But expect a massive change eventually for the Bucks. Or they're just getting some fitness with a couple of scattered changes over the next probably 10 to 15 minutes as the ball is played out wide but intercepted. Tampa will also have their players warming up, but for now they're still watching on the bench as Christian Brothers win the ball right back. Now here's a through ball into space, but it'll be picked up by Aiden Smith. And a good pickup by Smith to avoid any trouble. Smith featured in all 16 games last year, only putting up a .63 goal to allow average. That is very solid numbers, but unfortunately, Tampa scoring just 13 times in 16 games didn't put her in the win column enough for the Spartans to be playoff contenders in the Sunshine State Conference.
No, but she already has inserted herself in many historical columns
But now
for single-season records.
Down the left wing, picked up by the other goalie, Gemma Crow. But yeah, indeed, there's a reason that Tampa trusts Aiden Smith. There's a reason that for Aaron Switalski, it's a pretty easy decision who to put in net.
Very easy. And for the other side, Gemma Crow, only appearing in 4 games last year, conceded only just the 3 goals, mainly provided backup goalkeeping for the Bucks last season. This year getting the nod as the day one starter trying to take that job.
So far, hasn't been put to the test too often, apart from a couple of chaotic moments. But she's been able to deliver in those chaotic moments, and that's the life of a goalie. 90% of the time, you're just standing around. The other 10% time, pure panic. Down the wing, Christian Brothers going to win it right back. But Tampa still putting on-ball pressure to knock it loose. They'll now pick it up. They've got 2 players forward in the box. And no foul. Actually, they're now going to say that there's a throw-in coming in for the Spartans. Or not. They were pointing the other direction. Goal kick. Looked like it had gone out of bounds earlier, but actually did keep rolling. They were pointing over for Tampa substitutions, however, as they get a few fresh faces onto the field for the first time this season. We are winding down, now officially halfway through the first half. 21 minutes left to play. And there's one player still down on the ground. I think looks to be a cramping issue. And again, feels like 100 degrees. Hydration will also be a key thing for both these teams. And that'll actually correlate, I think, with both teams getting, yes, indeed, the hydration break.
Wow.
So,
24 for 16.
we'll get you some of the other changes when we come back. We won't be going to a commercial break or anything, but the clock is stopped at 20:34, and when we resume, we'll have 20 minutes to fight to the finish, and hopefully the field remains dry.
Yeah.
And here we go, play resuming. Welcome back to University of Tampa. We've had a few changes being made. Entering the game, one of the changes, the junior from Gothenburg, Sweden, Leah Hagström, saw into the game. But she won't be put to the test on defense just yet.
Where are you from, Tim?
A little bit less height than some of the other defenders. I believe she's going to be on the right flank or in the defensive midfield. as Tampa's now going to bring it down their left side on the attack.
Good run. Good run.
Dangerous, but offsides is the call.
Right idea. Right idea. Just a tad bit early.
The right idea, imperfect execution. And I know we mentioned, Alex, that there are some clouds forming over the University of Tampa, but the radar doesn't show any serious rain threat for the time being. But again, it's Tampa. It might just pop out of nowhere.
Yeah,
but
and
for now,
the other good rain is good, lightning is bad. That's
Yes.
the rule of thumb here. We'll
Indeed.
play soccer if it rains.
All soccer means is the field gets a little bit wet. That's usually not a big deal for the turf field over at the University of Tampa baseball stadium,
No, not an issue at all.
because they've got the turf field that'll help drain water a little bit easier. They really should rename it the Urso Stadium or something to honor our coach who's brought us so many titles.
I think once
He'll do it eventually.
he'll get us a couple more, and then once he goes off into retirement, it's only due.
His number's already
Just
retired.
one of the many great coaches we are fortunate to have here at the University of Tampa.
Indeed. Now here's a through ball into the box, but that'll be picked up by Crow pretty easily. But a lot of coaching excellent across every sport at the University of Tampa.
Inside the last 20 minutes here, would like to see you on almost a good and again an almost perfect offensive turnover as Kittner takes down number 30 Hedda Isaacson.
Yeah, Isaacson goes down on the challenge, and I'll say I'm surprised that the refs didn't call that a foul. I think that Kittner may have been a little too aggressive, as Tampa is going to see it go out for a goal kick. And I will say, though, the refs definitely a little lenient, letting them play on, and
That's what you like to see first couple of games, especially.
and you don't want the games to be just a parade of whistles being blown and a parade of free kicks. It'll actually give more meaning to the free kicks that are actually occurring. And again, always consistency is the key thing. And so far, I don't think any team has had any benefits in terms of the fouls for anything not being called, except for Kittner that time, because I think that was a little bit aggressive, going airborne to try to make the tackle. But you do love the effort.
Love the effort, love the aggressiveness, and the idea behind it.
Yeah, and I'm sure Sotalski probably echoes that sentiment as well. Throw-in coming up for should be the Spartans, as that was out off a clearance from the Bucks. And looks like it will be Libman taking it. She continues out on the right flank.
Wind starting to blow in the Spartans' offensive direction. Get a little more oomph behind those shots if they can get services to the top of the box.
It's now played to the back line for Christian Brothers. It'll also make their clearances go a little bit shorter. But the Bucks will benefit in the second half if the wind's going that direction. But for now, the Spartans going to win it right back in the midfield. Loose ball, played out to the left. The Bucks play through. And do they have one step behind the defender? No! Excellent work to clear it away. And when in doubt, just send it out. Tampa will reset with 16:30 to go in the first half. So it will be Isaacson, the senior from Sweden, with the throw-in. Harder to tell the formation, but it also looks like the Bucks are running a 4-player backfield. Foul on the play, free kick. A little aggressive from behind. And the Bucks will slow things down and resume.
A little further than the last free kick CBU won in the offensive zone. But with a strike, I believe it was Alexa Franklin that took the free kick last time. The strike like that, I wonder if they'll just try to shoot it again.
I wonder if they will give it to her again as well.
No, it's going to be number 4, Leah Hagstrom.
So here's Hagstrom into the box. Parried over the net brilliantly by Smith. Wasn't high velocity on the shot, but it was a perfect arc to force the punch. And for the first time in the last couple of minutes, we get a corner kick coming up for Christian Brothers.
Needed to punch that, Smith did, because if it hits off the crossbar, it could be led to a rebound. Really great goalkeeping there.
So now, players making runs from the edge of the box. Punched away. And Tampa gets on top of it. But the clearance takes the second kick to be made. And the ball is going to roll into open space. Might stay
great
in
clear.
bounds. And
That
it'll
is an
just go deep.
excellent clear. Perfect far corner. Not a goal kick. Almost a near perfect clear there for the Spartans.
And now here come the Spartans surging forwards. Libman, I think, deflected off her hand, but Christian Brothers hold on to the ball. No foul on the play either, though, with the rough challenge to win it
one of the
back.
clear handballs I've seen, but we'll take the call
I think they sort
as
of
play continues.
must have given a pseudo advantage on that, or said, she was falling forward trying to catch her balance. That's the excuse I'd say Libman would argue to the referee as well.
Yeah.
You do have to be careful, though. You're only going to be able to get a handful of those calls to go your way. There's a through ball missing. It'll go back to the Bucks.
It's the right idea. There you see again Libin able to circle around number 9 Kittner and go on for an offensive attacking run.
So now playing it short will lead to a turnover for the Bucks, but Tampa's going to send it right back. Cleared, and that's going to go off the attacker of Kittner. Throw-in coming in for the Bucks. And once again, if you look over at their bench, the camera will eventually pan back if the Bucks can bring it downfield. Their entire bench staying loose, warming up. Although we'll only have a few more substitutions here in the first half. Time winding down, but unfortunately, we're going to have to take a quick breather because that is the Thorgard siren. We'll be having to take at least 30 minutes because lightning is in the area. 13:37. That was a popular number for internet culture back in the day, and that is how long we have left to go in the first half. But hopefully this isn't a super long lightning delay. We'll see you in a few minutes' time.
Yep, and we will update you with any updates that we have regarding this weather delay. But for right now, it is just
give a quick update.
Good news, everyone. A few minutes ago, we got the all-clear signal here at Pepin Stadium. So, as long as there is no lightning within the next few minutes, we'll be ready to resume. We're about to wrap up warm-ups in, I think, just a couple minutes' time. There's some celebrations from the players on the field as we experience a torrential downpour at the University of Tampa. We also have more lightning in the area. So, for now, stick around. We may resume. We also might not. But stay tuned. You can check Twitter for updates, and hopefully stay dry if you are outside. And welcome back to Pepin Stadium. I'm Taylor Storthy. And we are just about a minute away from resuming. Everyone back on the field. There has been a lot of rain today, but finally it has gone away. I'm joined by Alex Trepper, and I know we are excited to finally get to resume play with 13:37 left to go in the first half. A little over an hour of rain pouring down onto the field. And now that'll actually change the playing environment somewhat as well. We'll get started with a Tampa throw-in as we are officially underway once again.
Yep, like you said, a lot of rain on the field in the last hour or so. The ball is going to be wet. Got to be very, very focused when you're trapping the ball.
Also, players have to worry about potentially slipping on the field. Initially, when the lightning delay ended, Tampa and Christian Brothers went back out to the field when it started to downpour, but because there hadn't been lightning, it looked like we were going to resume. But then the downpour did lead to lightning and a further period of delay. Corner kick coming up for the Spartans. But
First
now,
corner of the year for the Spartans.
First chance for the Spartans off this set piece position. The players now starting to get warmed back up. Playing 30 minutes of the game just to have it interrupted for an hour can definitely throw a shock to some of the players, but it also gives them the energy to go all out for these final few minutes. Short corner, played to the edge of the box, shot, headed, offline. Oh. What a well-worked play for the Spartans as that's actually cleared back into the box and out for another corner. That was a heads-up little trick play there for Tampa, but it doesn't yield a goal just yet. They'll have to try again. And this time, players are defending the short corner.
I believe that was Zoe Whiddon with the header that almost caught the end post.
And there, it's cleared away.
Another third straight corner opportunity.
Good defense by the Bucks. They need to stay vigilant in defense. Tampa setting up at the far post this time. And that is knocked forward, deflected, into the back of the net. Score! And the Spartans get in front amidst the sea of red and gray. I couldn't tell who did it, but whoever's leading the charge out of that huddle of players is probably the player who got it in the back of the net. 1-0 Spartans lead. So time should be stopped with 11:22 to go. We might have to add a second or two with the extra runoff. But Tampa, immediately out of the break, strikes first, and the Bucks will have a resumption.
Who scored? Anybody got a replay?
So, here's a long through ball to resume. We'll get you who scored in just a second. We all are trying to find out who it was from the box. But now the Bucks are trying to respond with one of their own as we resume here in the 29th minute. Looks like it was Allison Wold. Nor was that put it in correctly. So we actually got word it's the number 10 of Sydney Dennis finding the back of the net. Either way, Tampa still leads, and the Bucks still holding on to possession, but they are going to lose it. Big job by Tampa to dispossess them, and they are bringing it down the wing. There's the foul, as there was a little bit of a shove to try to win the ball back, and Tampa's going to resume.
You can't see? Oh, you know why? Because they're zoomed in.
They're so zoomed in. I don't even know what I'm looking at. It's like this, though.
Play it out to the left.
I just can't believe, you know what? I might just have to zoom in with my phone or something.
Tampa looking around. And now they'll look around as they get set for this throw-in. Continuing with 9:45 to go in the first half. Cleared away. headed away. And Tampa's going to lose the ball. It's going to head back to Christian Brothers now. 3 shots for each team, but the chaos in the box, and the third shot for the Spartans is what has been the difference maker so far. And again, it is still the first half here if you're just tuning in. We have been in the middle of a long rain delay. Maybe if you were watching one of the other Sunshine State Conference matchups and wanted to check on the Spartans, you'd think, oh, it's the final minutes of the second half with how long it has gone. But no, it is still the first. Plenty of time for the Bucks to respond. And maybe they'll get an opportunity. Misplayed on defense. Foul. Dangerous free kick position. Carlholm, who had just missed a clearance, with a foul. And now we'll see whether the Bucks give the ball over to Alexa Franklin again, who had a pretty dangerous free kick earlier today. Tampa setting up a 3 or 4 player wall.
29? 25.
It'll be the 25 actually set to take it.
They don't have a 29.
Should be Yano Loza. We'll see what the junior from Ecuador can do. Also previously at Southwestern Oklahoma State University.
I think it's the same. I'm looking at the data. That's what it is.
Steps back. And offline.
I'm going to try to see if somebody...
Aiden Smith was a bit late on the dive, but luckily for Smith, the shot was wayward. Both free kicks have cleared the Spartan wall, though. Goal kick, Tampa. Long ball. Headed over. Played forward. And played back to the goalie, Smith. And she'll send it away as pressure builds from the Bucks. And Dennis, the goal scorer, sends it out to the right. Ooh, big sliding challenge, and that will be a foul. Good effort on the play there by Alice Legendahl.
They went quick. Really good long ball.
Yeah.
Off of that by number 2, Sophia Libman.
Now, play through. Good interception from the Bucks. And they are going to restart with a brand new attack. But Tampa's going to slow them down for the moment with that tackle. And that clearance will bring the ball back onto the legs of the Spartans. Out to the right side. Good job to slow down play by Kittner. Back to Lidman. Played through to Goner. Played into the box. Dangerous for the Spartans. Dispossesses the defender, but it's cleared away on the double team. Now back to Kittner. Running down the wing. Cross. Well off target, but actually staying in play. Tampa picks it up at the edge of the box. Effort on goal. Rolls past the keeper and out of play. But it's going to go off a Bucks defender. Tampa gets a corner kick.
Another dangerous opportunity for the Spartans. 3 straight corners led to their last goal by Dennis.
And this time, the attack led by Kendall Gooner and Brooke Kittner gives the Spartans another chance.
Corner taker has Libman with her close.
I believe
So
they'll
you
be
see at the bottom right of your screen.
they'll be playing it short or whipping it into the box. They'll send it to the box, and it's headed away by the Bucks. But Libman out wide, holding onto it, plays it out wide, but can't find her teammate. I wonder if she was in an offside position. Throw-in coming up for the Bucks. Change being made. And Christian
I believe
Brothers.
she was. That I think was just a very high IQ play there from, I couldn't see the number, but whoever was down there, definitely offsides. But the right play to not make any effort towards that ball, make it a harder throw-in rather than just a free kick.
And Tampa now can put pressure on a pretty vulnerable defensive position for the Bucks. They've got a lot of their attackers and midfielders forward. The Bucks may just have to clear it away. They are trying, but haven't found a lot of room. Tampa now gets it back by the corner. Tampa, out of play, goal kick. We're throwing. Another change getting ready.
This will be number 14, Ava Rains, a sophomore out of Paris, Tennessee. Getting her first cap of the year.
It's previously at Henry County High School, not a transfer. It's kind of funny through the college landscape. You see a lot of people actually arriving to athletic programs off of transfers these days.
one of 10 players for Christian Brothers from the Tennessee.
And now down the wing, Tampa looking for space. Kittner getting ahead, but gets dispossessed by a nice tackle. And that's going to go out for a Spartans throw-in as they resume with possession. But indeed, Christian Brothers being from Tennessee, not very surprising to see majority of their players from that state. But they also have plenty of players from around the world.
A very large overseas presence on this Christian Brothers side. Probably stems from the tenure of international head coaches the Bucks have had over the past 8 years.
Now down the wing, ball gets knocked away. A little bit of space, it's going to go out, and Tampa's going to build a corner kick. But yeah, some of the players, I mean, you've got Gemma Crow from Southend on Sea. You've got backup goalie Nina Muller from Germany. You've also got Laura Rodriguez, one of their key defenders from Valencia. And, of course, you've got multiple players from Sweden. Alice Legendahl, Hedda Isaacson, and more. Now, Tampa playing it short. Crossed over to the goalie, and Gemma Crow gets on top of it. Christian Brothers bring it out to the right. We've got under 5 minutes to go in the first half, just 3 minutes to play. Tampa is going to knock that forward, and it is going to be cleared away for a throw-in, if it wasn't barely kept alive. Ricocheted off the arm of a Spartan defender, so the Bucks are going to get a free kick. And that's good news for Christian Brothers because Tampa had built another dangerous chance, and now they're going to get another interception.
Good defensive positioning right there. Could not see the number, but just great defensive positioning.
That might be Dennis on that left flank. Now a chance from the side. Can't dispossess the defender. It's going to go out, but Tampa's going to hold on to it for a throw-in. Time is of the essence for the Spartans. They've got 2 minutes and 33 seconds and under to play. If they could score another goal here, that would be massive in propelling them to a potential season opening win. Our men's soccer team played much earlier today at West Florida and secured a victory to open their campaign as well. I believe, unlike our women's soccer team, they're on a road trip to start the season before heading home for a few matches.
That is correct. They will head to Auburn, Montgomery on Saturday for Game 2 of their 2-game road trip.
That should be an exciting one. Definitely try to find that stream. Auburn, Montgomery, and the Spartans in different conferences, but very much over the last few seasons have built a bit of a rivalry together in terms of playoff and regular season fixtures. But eventually, our men's team will be back at the University of Tampa, and next week, it'll also be the women's team on the road against some tough opponents. But you can see them here at the Pepin Stadium against Lee and Alabama Huntsville on Saturday and Wednesday. Now Tampa once again bringing the ball back. They've got a chance on a counterattack. That's a good block by a defender. 90 seconds left in the half. Headed forward, headed forward, headed forward. 3 consecutive headers. There's a fourth. And that won't be a fifth as it's settled on the ground by the 24. Excellent challenge to dispossessor. Tampa with a little bit of momentum. Moving out to the left-hand side. Still trying to open some space. Will get it. Plays it through to Kittner.
Beautiful
she is
ball.
onside, but is she in front of the defender? Yes, she is. Kicks it into the box.
Oh.
Big challenge to win the ball. Just got enough contact on the ball to avoid a penalty. Very dangerous play there as Kittner goes down. She's all right, though, but that will be stinging for a few minutes' time, I'd assume, as we enter the final minute of action.
Probably just enough time for one more chance for the Spartans. They can build up an attack.
Now through ball lifted into space, over the head of the defender, but Crow is going to slide and get to the ball just in time. A pretty important stop there. And now the Bucks will send it forward, and this should be the final attack period of the half, unless Tampa can spring a quick counterattack on a turnover, because there are just 20 seconds to go, and that is off the booth. Good clearance, and I don't think there will be enough time to get any shots on goal on the resumption of play. Not a lot of hurry up there from the Bucks either. I think they'll be settled with taking this current position into the break.
Yeah,
Long ball ricochets off the face of Kendall Gooner. She's all right, though, and so are the Spartans. They hold on to a 1-0 lead at the end of 45 minutes.
Yes, and you have to feel comfortable about that 1-0 lead. Christian Brothers a year ago last in their conference in goals against in the second half, so you have to feel pretty comfortable if you're Tampa with the way you've been able to come out of this weather delay and compete.
So we started the game at 7 and a whopping 2 hours later, we are finally done with the first half. Hopefully things remain dry as we continue. Both teams take another quick breather before we have the final 45 minutes of action. Tampa 1,
Ready?
Well, second half set to get underway at Pepin Stadium. The season opener for Tampa women's soccer has gone well. The rain delay was a little bit annoying to deal with, but Tampa were locked in when play resumed and scored a corner kick almost immediately. And now they'll have 45 minutes to hold on to the advantage, now attacking the other direction. I'm Taylor Sorley, joined by Alex Trepper once again for the second half. And Alex, Christian Brothers, they lost 1-0 last season against the Spartans. They're going to want to turn that around this year.
I would have to imagine they would come after that short break and come out with some sort of chip on their shoulder. Already would figure they'd come into this one with some revenge. You know, the weather delay may have played a factor into UT really being able to come back out with some fire, as they pretty much held all of the attacking possession out of that weather delay. Christian Brothers would like to flip the script on that now.
They'll have a chance to, as they win a throw-in early on, but indeed. Also, the weather delay has led to a very short halftime period. We only had about 7 minutes to reset before the second half began. Normally, we have a longer period of break, but I know both teams are probably ready to go, and indeed they are as we continue. Now, Christian Brothers will resume from the back. There were a few changes being made across the board for both teams. And Tampa's going to try to get to the short pass. And that'll be a costly lost possession. No foul. Tampa's able to play on with possession. Long ball out wide. Libman picks it up. Played it through. No Spartan's going to be able to get to it in time, and that'll be cleared away.
Still more of the same from the Spartans, attacking well in the midfield and being able, as soon as they lose possession, to get it right back. But here's a good run from Christian Brothers. Still Tampa, as you can see, 6 on 3 here, never getting caught behind and with uneven numbers.
At this stage of the game, Tampa just needs to make sure they stay strong on defense. As time passes, the Bucks will have to get more aggressive. That could open the door.
It also has to be comforting to know you have one of the better goalkeepers in the SSC in your net to protect a 1-0 lead, which she did quite often last year. 3 of the 5 wins last year were shutouts for Aiden Smith.
And mentioned a sub-1 goal allow average. Very good goal conceding rate for a goalie. To average about pretty much half a clean sheet a game, which isn't too bad.
And it was good enough to put her in the top 10 of the record books of the SEC history. So good start to the career for Aiden Smith, and a good start tonight here. A couple of saves early, but hasn't been tested in a while.
The junior from Florida Gulf Coast will be ready, as that's going to go out for a throw-in for Christian Brothers. We'll see which team can really get the next attack as we continue here in the 47th minute. But doesn't look like it'll be the Bucks for now. Short passing, ball's knocked forward, and the deep defender sends a through ball forward. That's Sydney Dennis, 1-on-1. Dennis can make the perfect first touch, though, and will get dispossessed, but she'll hold on to it as the Spartans see the ball go out wide, and the Bucks will shield it as it goes out for a Christian Brothers throw-in. That is brutal because Dennis was free on goal. Dennis will definitely have another opportunity. She was credited with the goal earlier today. As Sam is going to send that out wide. That's picked up by the 14 of maybe Cronquist. Cronquist, another Spartan veteran. Started on the bench today, however, as that's going to go out for a throw-in for the Bucks. There are multiple players on both teams from Sweden. For Tampa, the Swedish representatives are Sofia Karlholm, maybe Cronquist, and Nelly Brynäs. Or Brynäs. Played to the back line for Tampa. Bit of miscommunication, and they lose the ball. Both players did not know who should be the one to clear it, but Tampa does eventually send it to the middle of the field.
It's again another great play by Sophia Libman. I've been very impressed with what she's been able to do on her right wing, on that right wing side for the Tampa defense tonight.
Now Tampa bringing it into the box. Play to the far post. Will that roll out of play? No, it's going to be kept alive.
Great hustle.
And now Tampa gets a throw in a dangerous position.
Wonder if the Spartans have anyone on the pitch strong enough to get one into the box here, if they try to play conservative, try to swing it around.
So a lot of people coming short for this throw-in, but do imagine that they'll look to work the ball into the box. Tampa's going to lose it at the edge of the box, but they'll win it back in the midfield. Limon brings it forward. Again. With some open room on the right, but two defenders will knock the ball away, and Tampa will be able to recycle possession, but it's last touched off them. Throw-in coming up for Christian Brothers. 40 minutes to play. We have officially a last 50 minutes of action. For both teams, we've seen 9 shots, 4 from the Bucks, 5 from the Spartans. 7 on target with 1 goal. Long ball. That's not cleared away perfectly. The Bucks will send it back to the keeper, who will send it to the midfield. But that's a dangerous spot as Tampa is going to be able to win it off the throw-in now. Cronquist will be able to resume possession here. Playing it back to Lauren Holschauer. Holschauer, rough challenge, but as she sent it a little too far forward, that was off a... Nope, it is going to be a Spartans throw-in. Referee initially said it was going to be for the Bucks.
No, I believe he called the foul.
Yeah, must have been the late foul call, and it definitely was a foul on the play, a little aggressive on the challenge.
Good chance here to get a service into the box, maybe.
We'll see if Holschauer's got the power and the leg to do so. The freshman
I was just about to say, she does have Mimi Cronquist right next to her to play short, and she chose to.
And now the ball is going to be right at the edge of the box for the Bucks, deflected off the Spartan attacker, and it should stay with the Bucks on the throw-in. No, they're actually going to say it was off the defender.
Take a quick moment, shout out the men's basketball team, few of their members here tonight working as ball boys, making sure the game gets on fluid.
And definitely shout out every Spartan sports team throughout the fall and then the winter and spring seasons because, even though they've got their own sports to focus on, they're always volunteering and helping out with the other games, whether it's on the sidelines, even sometimes in the booth and down with the cameras. They'll sometimes fill some of the game day roles whenever there are openings, or they'll come out in full force to see the fans. The swim team always plans fun events in the stands for volleyball matchups at the Bob Martinez Center. Speaking of volleyball, Tampa Classic begins tomorrow at 3 p.m. for non-Spartan sides. Tampa's first match of the year is at 6 p.m. But now here comes Christian Brothers turning the ball the other way and looking to continue a counterattack, but she'll get dispossessed almost immediately, and the Spartans have numbers forward. They'll play it out to the left-hand side. Cronquist is onside, but will get dispossessed. Good tackle by the 30 who sends it back to the goalie. Not a bad job by the senior from Sweden, Hedda Isaacson. Knocks it forward. Here comes Tampa. Through ball down the wing. And that'll be picked up by Gemma Crow, waiting for Spartan to get a little bit closer to fully reset play. Crow last year had boasted a 130 goal against average in 4 appearances and 207 minutes played. That was the best goal allowed average of the team, did slightly better in terms of that metric than Chloe Hillier, who had been the starter last season. As that's cleared away by the Spartans, the Bucks will keep the pressure on.
There you see there the consequences of a wet field. That ball just kind of slid up on Dennis's foot, ended up going straight to the left instead of more upwards like she would have liked.
Now here comes Tampa. They'll get the ball back and turn the possession the other way. But they can't hold on to the ball. It's one back in the midfield. And that's going to be picked up quickly by Aiden Smith.
Aiden Smith's first touch in, I want to say, 23, 24 minutes of game time. It's been pretty much all Spartans for the last 10 minutes of the second half and in the first 10 minutes, mixing up my words there. Last 10 minutes of the first half, first 10 minutes of this second half.
It's a comfortable spot for the Spartans right now, but they have to stay ready because the Bucks' counterattack could be dangerous. And there is a foul on the play, but it was on the Spartans, so it actually just slowed things down for the Bucks. Wonder how the Bucks feel about that, if they wanted to continue the counterattack or not. Maybe it was offsides on the previous play. They'll look to stay onsides as they send up the field. And now Tampa's going to win it back with a quick header. Play to the middle of the park, but it's going to be picked up by one of the left side defenders. One of the tall freshman center backs pushing forward for the Bucks. And Christian Brothers out to the right. Rolls on top of the ball, but does get the pass forward. Good Tampa pressure. Throw-in coming in for Christian Brothers. Played forward to the back line. Lofted towards goal. Headed away from the box. And Tampa has more players forward to win the ball right back. The Spartans content for slowing the game down. They know time is going to be on their side, especially as we get to the latter stages of the half. Out on the wing, it's Reese Kelly. Kelly into some space. Kelly playing out wide. And now the fight for the ball will lead to a Spartans throw-in, and this is a dangerous position for the Spartans.
Only one red jersey within 30 yards. Here comes a second. Look for this ball to maybe go to the corner of the box.
If we imagine they want to get the ball in the
Dennis
box.
On a run, gets it right back. Good corner, shot miss.
Play to the left and cleared away. Good job by the defense to slow down the Spartans' attack. There was a volley attempt, but just couldn't be perfect.
That was Cronquist at the top of the box. Went for a shot, just unfortunately the ball slid underneath.
Offsides will reset for a Bucks free kick. Not a bad through ball idea from the Spartans, but the attacker a few feet in front.
Really liked the out-of-bounds throw-in play. The late runner from Dennis immediately laid off to the thrower. Whole shower. She was able to immediately send it in for a service.
Tampa win it right back, and they've got numbers.
Dennis again.
Down the middle. Played through to the center of the park. Played out to the left. They've got it at the edge of the box. Cross picked up by the goalie. Bobbled. Rolled away. Wonder if the ball was a bit slippery and Crow couldn't make the clean save. But the good news for the Bucks
is probably a game-saving touch there by number 22, Matt Campbell from Christian Brothers.
Chance from the edge of the box. Parried away by Smith. And indeed, it was a big play there by Crow to get on top of the ball. And then they instantly return on the counterattack to get a corner kick. But yeah, sorry to interrupt you there because Gemma Crow did indeed make that play. 2-0 is a much different scoreline in a situation like this than 1-0 because the Bucks have a chance to equalize now off the set piece.
Yeah, if Campbell doesn't get that ball away, it turns into 2-0 Spartans, but it also helped jump the offensive chance at the other end.
All the way to the near post. Christian Brothers player goes down. She was the last person to touch it, and good sportsmanship from Smith, just making sure she's all right.
Great goalkeeping and good sportsmanship, all in one right there from Smith.
And goal kick, Spartans.
She knows she is well within the rules of the game to go get the ball at any means necessary.
The cross landed at the near post, a bit of an awkward angle for the player on attack from the Bucks, and of course Smith. Looking at the formation Christian Brothers is using, I wonder if it's more of a 4-2-3-1. It also looks like they're running two forwards at the moment. Would be smart as well, trailing by 2. They want the extra attacking firepower. Ooh, rough challenge at that time by the 29. But that's going to be a free kick for the Bucks, as they say it's the Spartans player getting a little physical in that incident.
Probably could have went both ways. Not arguing with the whistle.
I think that time the foul was on Kate Russell. No card, though. Whipped it into the box. But it's going to go and take a bounce away from Smith for a goal kick. No bookings yet today, and I don't think there have been any serious plays that require one either. Could be some time-wasting plays later in the game, though, but not a time you think about it right now, entering the 60th minute of action.
So far through an hour through, if I'm UT, I'm not even trying with the time wasting. I just keep playing your game. Everything's working so far. Playing great defense, taking advantage of the chances when they come.
Long ball, played around, headed forward, and Christian Brothers going to win it again. Rough challenge and another free kick for the Bucks. So 50-50 calls. Have been seeing more whistles here in the second half. That's going to open another opportunity for the Bucks here from a deep free kick position. They'll send a lot of players up. Now the question will be whether they play it short or send it far.
Only one red jersey, not around the box area.
Well, the stuff is you can't just guard the box. You have to be wary of the edge of the box as well. So
looks like CBU's probably just going to send this one in. Hope to get a good bounce.
There's the long ball. Headed away by the Spartans.
Good header by Dennis.
And now Tampa's got counter-attacking possibilities. A few players surging forward. Gets past her man. And finding some space on the wing. Now down the middle.
Another great play by Dennis.
Dennis at the edge of the box. Sorry, what? Not Dennis. It's a different attacker who will ricochet that off of a defender for a corner kick. I need to look and see. That was not Kittner or Dennis. It was a player on the left wing. So a corner kick coming up for the Spartans, and heading over to take it is Sydney Dennis. And also a sub being made for the Spartans, it looks like. Reese Kelly and Kittner, I believe, are the two players changing as Tampa takes it close. Played at the near post. Shot is missed. Goal kick coming up for the brothers. I think they caught the Bucks off guard on the corner kick, but just not able to convert.
A little bit of a surprise there, but I will give Crow credit. She was ready for it on the near post. Unfortunate for the Spartans. She wasn't really tested in that one.
But they've got time to keep testing her.
Libman with another great play on defense, slowing down the momentum of the Bucks.
The Bucks will hold on to possession, but they need to work it through that tough Spartan midfield. They are a tough unit to deal with on the attack. A few changes being made for Christian Brothers. And the first half substitutions usually see a player out for the entire rest of the period. Second half, though, you can go back and forth, so that's where you see more frequent changes.
Was there another change for us or no? For Tampa or
No, it was for
just the one?
Spartans throw in getting ready.
16 for 12 for Christian Brothers also.
Cleared away. That'll be off the bench of Christian Brothers.
Sophomore midfielder Anna Dutra has also checked in for Christian Brothers.
We'll see what she is able to do. Maybe she could be a catalyst for the Tennessee side. Play down the wing. That's going to go out. Make it a goal kick.
I'll probably just throw them out. I go, just make banana bread. Like, why would you waste it?
So Christian Brothers will try to build it all the way back up. Long through ball will find its target. But Carlum gets to the ball to clear it away.
When I walked out with all the bananas,
Through ball down the right.
it wasn't for me. It was
All the way to the corner, but will they find someone in the box? Tampa's pass blocked, but played forward right to Crow. Dennis was there, but just took a really hard touch off of her.
Over the last 30 minutes of gameplay, including towards the end of that first half. Seems like Sydney Dennis has just been all over the field in that attacking midfielder position I believe she's set in.
Maybe a bit of a false nine as well. As here comes Tampa, restarting the brand new attack. Lofted effort from range, and that gets past. A world-class strike. It's Kidner on the board. Her first of the season. 2-0 Spartans.
What a strike.
Alex, my sentiments exactly. A world-class effort from long range. The number 9, Brooke Kidner.
No assist? No assist? No. I didn't see an assist.
Waving to the booth.
Unbelievable.
There was a good diving attempt on the save for Gemma Crow, but she was not getting to that top bin shot. 2-0 Spartans lead, and now the Bucks need to get more aggressive as they need 2 to muster a draw and 3 to steal a win at Pepin Stadium. You know, you had some foreshadowing at the end of the first half. You mentioned that last season Christian Brothers had a few second-half goals conceded. And this year, well, they've already started with their first conceded in the second half. 25 minutes to play. 2-goal Spartan lead.
Tim, any good? What? Yeah, he knows what he's doing. Really?
Player down on the field for the Spartans. We will stop the clock at 24:55. Or a little bit later, as they didn't hear me the first time. But that will probably lead to a quick substitutions. I wonder if that is a cramping player or not. But while we take the breather, I think it's a good idea, Alex, to get back to that goal. I mean, Tampa having some space. Kidner picks it up and decides to fire a long-range effort.
I mean, just easily 30 yards, but goes top shelf in the right-hand corner. A blind shot, too, as her hips were faced towards the sideline, just able to make a half turn and put it into the back of the net. A world-class strike there from Brooke Kidner.
So, both teams not only going to actually take the break from the injury, it's the hydration break at the moment.
Her face isn't showing up on
Hit save.
And now Tampa will likely be ready to resume. Could be a throw-in coming up or maybe a free kick. We'll have to wait and see.
I have her selected.
Oh, you do?
We'll have 24 minutes to play when we come back.
It says it's on there, but when I...
Hit save and then go back. Hit save and get out of it. Sometimes when you go back, it'll refresh it.
So yeah, free kick now for Tampa. They'll send it as far as they can.
Update preview now. Try another player.
Good sliding tackle to dispossess the defender. Here comes the throw-in, and now it's going the other way for Tampa.
Try her now. Try it. If anything, just
Down the wing. Tampa with some space. Not enough room for the cross just yet, but it's off the Bucks defender, and Tampa's going to get a corner kick.
right because it's
And this is how the Spartans want to keep momentum. They want to keep possession and keep the pressure on.
I would just do like just a general tweet on it then.
Okay.
You were good until like, your time. Eight's my number 8.
Number 8.
You're feeling the pain yourself?
However, nothing going from that, and I wonder if they flipped the ruling afterwards. Actually, no, it's a very deep throw-in, but Spartans players staying far up the field to defend it. There's a chance they could win a corner kick soon if they continue on the attack. Down the right side, sliding challenge for the Bucks is going to knock it away. Throw-in coming up. Deflected away. Heavy touch off the throw-in that she wasn't expecting to go as far. And now the Spartans have to be back on the defense. Now, 2-0 lead feels good in this situation, but as Till Newell would like to say, it's also a place where complacency is something you got to be wary of. It's a very dangerous lead. You'd think it's safe, but all of a sudden, one goal and the complete mood of the game has changed fully. Smith will be put to the test over the rest of the half as she sends one downfield. And the Spartans going to pick up the loose ball, but the Bucks are back on top of it. That's going to be played over to the Spartan bench. Good job to shield the ball. That player is down on the ground for the Bucks. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a cramping issue, but may have been some contact before the clock will be stopped at 22:31.
Right? You don't have to press the buttons much in soccer.
You played it like after they started cheering, and you had to like slide it up, so maybe you have to have it on full volume. It's not broken, it's like it's turning, and then immediately the
You ready?
So the player gets checked out. I believe a change made, and Tampa is going to lose possession immediately off the throw-in. Welcome back to Pepin Stadium. Sunshine State Conference Digital Network seeing action between the Spartans and Bucks. 2-0 lead for Tampa. They've had 6 shots and 2 goals, one of them coming from the number 9 who is spearheading this new counterattack, Brooke Kittner. Already, I'd argue, with a masterclass thanks to that goal, and great play on the wing in general, has shifted to the left side for the second half and has delivered brilliantly. But now Tampa has it on the right, looking for some space at the edge of the box. Deflected away. Tampa's going to hold on to it. Sydney Dennis playing it out wide to the left back. Effort onto goal, and that's going to be picked up by Emma Crowell. Not a difficult play for the veteran goalie. This is her first season as the goalie, number 1 for Christian Brothers, but was able to win the trust of the coach in a couple appearances last season. Question will be if she can keep the Spartans off the scoreboard for the rest of the day. I don't think you can blame her for any of the goals. The first one, always chaotic in the box. It's always a coin flip if the ball will find the back of the net. And then that world-class strike is an incredibly tough shot to stop. But now she might be put to the test again. Free kick coming up for the Spartans as we're about to hit the 70th minute of gameplay. Second half has avoided any weather issues. I believe the rain and storm that was in the area has passed through. It has been a very rainy past few days in Tampa and the St. Pete area. But a clear night sky shining over the University of Tampa at the moment. And again, we've got a lot of Spartans action coming up this weekend. Notably, the Tampa Classic from the Bob Martinez Center. With volleyball action and then soccer action still yet to come again at Pepin Stadium. Fall sports is finally back. And Alex, it's been almost a perfect start for the Spartans today. One thing that would make it better is maybe a third goal or just to hold on for the final 20 minutes.
Yeah, nothing too shabby about a 2-0 win. 3-0 sounds better. Even a 4-0 win on opening day sounds great. But even if you draw 0-0, the big things on opening day you want to see are energy and competitiveness from your squad, and the Spartans have surely shown it. Even during our weather delay, players were sent off the field for lightning, told to go warm up in the downpouring rain, but the Spartans were not fazed. They were jumping around, having a great time, experiencing the moment, and then right after that delay, Sydney Dennis gets us on the board. And then here this second half, still with 19 minutes to go, but for the first 25 minutes, the Spartans definitely in control, which I'm sure is what this coaching staff on the Spartans side loves to see.
It's exactly what you don't want if you're Christian Brothers. As there's a free kick rolling to the box, players going down, no whistle from the referee. And as that's picked up by Crow,
there are
Christian Brothers can send it the other
Christian
way.
Brother players slow to get up on that one.
There's a bit of collision in the box. One of the players going down initially on contact with a Spartan and the other following suit.
One of the players has appeared to be able to walk it off. Referee checking on the other one. With the delays, the refs definitely wanting to keep this game going.
The player is up and moving. It's a good sign because there was an injury earlier that caused
Doesn't look like we will have a stoppage. And play is continued.
Yeah, they'll resume it quickly. I can't tell the number of the player who went down. The gray-on-white number clash is very tough to read from a distance as Tampa wins the ball back. But it is good to see the players all right. Last thing you do want, especially to start the season, is the injuries. And, again, these players
Another great job by Sydney Dennis there to keep possession, skirting around 3 gray jerseys to find the open man.
And now Kittner bringing it down the left side. Played forward, but that's once again going to be picked up by Gemma Crow.
Wonder if Kittner there, when she turned toward the goal, thought about going for a brace.
Now she'll be looking for that opportunity in the final 18 minutes. Gets nutmegged, but the ball's going to be sent her way. She is onside with a race to the box. Cross, blocked. Corner kick should be coming up for the Spartans. Yes, it does.
Another great opportunity. The Spartans have had a lot of good success and a couple of really good chances off these corner kicks. They go short with Dennis.
And will they find the open spot into the box? Dennis gets inside. Shot over the bar.
Just over the bar. Good move from Dennis. Talk about a Kittner going for the brace. There goes Dennis looking for her second of the night.
And that is not an easy angle to score it from on the near post side, but almost was able to get past the goalie and defenders in her way. But instead will slow things down for a Bucks goal kick. And by the way, I believe it's a newer rule implemented for D2 play. In the final 15 minutes, substitutions see a stoppage of the clock, so teams can't get too creative with substitution usage to wind down the time.
Yeah, this rule, it was, I don't want to say experimented, but it was implemented at the JUCO and D3 levels last year. And I believe this year it has been implemented in every division.
Free kick coming up. And it's going to go the other way for the Spartans. Lauren Holschauer will resume with the throw-in, actually. I thought it was going to be a free kick with the whistle blowing, but I think they were just making sure play had stopped because the ball had gone out. Now
Beautiful
down the wing.
Throw.
Yes, indeed. Beautiful throw. Played into the edge of the box for Kittner. Tries again over the bar. That time Crow can watch it sail high, but it may have been
feeling it there. Not a lot of room to get that off. Able to get a really good chance at net there.
Might have been a little close to comfort for Christian Brothers, as even though that was high, that wasn't too far off target. Tampa going to win the ball back, but Kittner adding to the tackle, I think, was the leading decision for the free kick. Tampa's been ruthless in winning the ball back, playing physical in the middle of the field. It's a reason the Bucks haven't had a lot of clear-cut opportunities. But that might change as Christian Brothers continue to send players forward. Trailing by 2, there's not a whole lot of difference if you lose by 3 or by 2. So anticipate that whenever they get the ball back, you'll see a sea of gray moving into the open spaces. And here they go. But dispossessed as it'll be picked up by a teammate. The number 10 brings it out to the left. Jasmine Trejo resetting the play, and now it's played out wide to the number 2. Lara Rodriguez.
Rodriguez wearing that captain's armband for Christian Brothers. Most of the team probably looking to her for any sort of spark here inside the final 15 minutes.
Ultimately, not a bad through ball there from Rodriguez. However, it just doesn't find a target. And now resetting is Aiden Smith. But that's going to be headed forward. Tampa have to work to clear it away once again. Kidner winning the ball on the challenge, but she went a little too hard, and I think there will be a booking as the clock is stopped with the player down on the ground. Or rather, they're just checking the player out for the injury.
Watching the ref, I don't see him going towards Kittner, who was the player who made the foul. I believe it's just an injury. Don't think we're going to get any bookings here.
Actually unmute real quick. I'll resume. We send our best wishes to Hedda Isaacson, who's walking off the field, was down for a few minutes on the play. It's a positive sign to see her walking on her own power, but whether it was maybe a cramp or just something else, hopefully it's nothing too serious. Wonder if she'll get a chance to come back on within the final 14 minutes. But all we do know for now is that we are set to resume here at Pepin Stadium. A big opportunity for the Spartans to secure a 2-0 lead and take an opening win to start the season. The men's soccer side defeated West Florida earlier today. Can Tampa go 2-0 for both their programs? Well, for now, the Bucks will start by bringing it back to Gemma Crow. She's picked up 4 saves on 6 shots on goal. Hasn't been able to stop 2 of them, but overall a solid performance for her. But will Tampa add yet another shot to the tally? Here they go, slowing things down, setting things up. Oh, good job to turn on the ball, opening some space.
Really good move there.
Play down to the wing, knocked pretty far forward. The defensive line of the Bucks can't fully clear it away, and Tampa continues to play it around the midfield. Play through, deflected around, back to Tampa.
Another great run from Dennis. Able to win not able to win a throw-in.
That's going to go out of bounds, and
Thought
now
that went off a CBU player, but it went off of Dennis.
the Bucks can send it the other way with a deep throw-in. And that's going to stay with the Bucks. Kate Russell and Allison Wold, by the way, were credited with the assists on both the Tampa goals. As here we go, as the Spartans surge forward. But that's a nice challenge, as that's going to be deflected pretty far forward for the Spartans. And the Bucks are going to get back on the ball. Time winding down. This is also maybe where Tampa thinks about taking those extra few seconds for throw-ins. And it looks like they are maybe prepping a substitution soon. I'd imagine they do have a few people stretching, but they actually have most of the players just resting at the bench. Also, with the late substitution rules of the clock being stopped, I know Tampa might not be the most eager to rush into 20 substitution changes for those final few minutes, but you definitely expect they will eventually come. Tampa setting up for a throw-in. Again, they were able to knock it a little bit further down the line. And they'll stay with the Spartans for a moment, as the Bucks are going to win it right back. The through ball clearance not able to catalyze an attack for the Bucks, and the Spartans get it back, still in the opposition's half. Attacking possibilities trying to be built. Back to Carl. Lofted through. Kittner bounces off the chest and played out wide. That's a beautiful ball to a teammate, but it just takes an awkward touch off her foot, and it's going to be able to be cleared away by the Bucks. The clearance is going to be knocked over to the side, and the Bucks going to win back possession. Here's the ball sent into open space on the flank. And now here comes another throw-in as the Bucks keep it going. Down the wing. Tampa are in front of the foot race, and they will keep it trapped at the corner while the Bucks do hold on to the ball. Here comes a deep throw in now for the Bucks. We've got about 10:30 to go, and there is no one but Aiden Smith who is running forward to collect that ball. Smith will take a little bit of time before sending it up the field. A couple of big bounces getting behind the line, and now into open space. Kittner can't keep it in play, but will send it all the way past the corner flag. I think it'll be a deep throw-in for the Bucks. Under 10 minutes to go, substitution being made. I think because the sub is being made by the losing team, the clock might not have stopped. This is a quick substitution, though. Back in the game is Leah Hackstrom, the defender, replacing Jasmine Trejo. Ball's knocked forward by the Spartans, cleared away. Throw-in coming up from Holshower, headed forward. Ball is won back by the Spartans. Moving it to space, sliding tackle to win the ball. Cleared away by the Bucks. Spartans player still on the ground for a second after that challenge. And now Tampa get it on the wing. Whipped into the box and into the goal. If you thought the goal last time was special, take a look at this one. 3-0 Spartans and a backflip to finish it off.
Who's the goal scorer?
What a goal. What a celebration. 3-0 Spartans lead.
Who scored?
902, DeAndre.
I believe on the wing it might have been Mimi Cronquist with the goal. I believe she was looking for a cross into the box, but instead it finds its way past Crow into the back of the net. And Tampa
Goal 14.
have extended the advantage.
Goal by number 14, Mimi Cronquist.
Cronquist on the goal. Nobles on the assist.
Number 16, Callie Noble.
The freshman gets the assist. Cronquist gets the goal, and Tampa, unless a miracle happens for the Bucks, will have secured an opening day victory at Pepin Stadium. As Till says, the 2-goal lead is dangerous, but a 3-goal lead is a little more secure unless you're playing a second leg or an entire second half. You can ask AC Milan what happened in Istanbul in 2005, but I don't think we'd have time for Tampa Bowl in 8 minutes.
What I just have to say, what a poll there with the AC Milan Istanbul 2005. Great soccer knowledge.
That'll either be a moment that one of the players from Christian Brothers remembers with fondness if their family are Inter Milan fans or if they're AC Milan fans, one with likely heartbreak. Either way, we'll see if T. Cazelli and the rest of the Bucks side and try to spark some momentum here in the final 8 minutes of action. They've got the ball at the edge of the box, and Tampa will clear it away. Good news as well for Coach Switalski. Thanks to their 3-goal lead, they now have a bit of breathing room to potentially give some other players some minutes on the field.
Us too. And we're like, dog just took a shit. It was wrong. Like, we're just so stupid. Like,
But for now, the Bucks will slow things down. Long ball. Picked up. Played across. Ooh, rough challenge, but no foul called. Tampa's going to win it right back. And Cronquist keeping it. Going into space. Knocked away on the sliding challenge. Good job to get the challenge and not knock over the player in the process. That time the challenge does knock over the player and the whistle goes. Free kick coming up for the Bucks. I think that is the right call in the situation. Wafted into the box and well over the bar. Not a bad idea. Goal kick coming up. So now resetting. Time still winding down. Aiden Smith with the goal kick. Throw in. Clock will be stopped with a substitution. Tampa bringing on a fresh player at 6:09 to go. 10 shots on the day for the Spartans, 7 of them on goal.
Tampa 13.
Here comes another change being made for Tampa.
Oh no, I'm getting text. That's not.
oh, I was about to say.
That's not my honest.
Substitution entering number 13, Reese Kelly replacing number 15.
Played short. Played through. Now to the edge of the box, but cleared away by the Bucks. They get in front on defense. Lifted all the way towards goal. And Crow's going to watch that go behind for a goal kick. Now playing it out from the right. Here come the Bucks. Good through ball, but Tampa's back line gets in front of it. Good job to win the challenge there by Carlo. Almost got dispossessed, but utilized her strength to hold on to the ball. However, that's not going to slow down CBU for long. Lifted into the box. Dangerous chance. One-on-one. Smith rushing up. And will get the ball. Another chance not able to be converted by Christian Brothers. At this stage of the game, they're probably looking more for a consolation just to get the offense going rather than a serious comeback challenge. Long ball from Smith. Under 5 minutes to play. One in the midfield by Tampa, and they'll send it to the back line. Out to the left-hand side. Sliding challenge, knocked it away. Throw-in coming up for Tampa. Played short, cleared away. Now it's open space for CBU. Tampa has some players back, and they're able to clear up the play. Tampa players slow to get up, and Tampa just going to pass it to the midfield. Even when clearing the ball, they're actually finding some nice passes. A couple of passes knocked aside, and now I think they'll check on the Tampa player down on the ground. And we're set to resume. Throw-in, cleared away. Believe some cramping there for the Spartans, which is probably the better outcome there. You don't want to see an injury. Cramping just means get some hydration and potentially get back into the game or take a well-earned breather. Through ball, picked up by Carl. Time still winding down at Pepin Stadium. But the Brothers going to win it right back. Long shot into the goal, but the play had already stopped. Free kick for the Spartans as we continue. About 3 minutes left. So Smith looking to reset, played out short.
Final 3 minutes here. The Spartans just looking to keep possession, maybe get one or two more chances, but pretty satisfied, I would have to assume, with a 3-0 scoreline.
Playing it short now. Here comes Tampa. Through ball out wide. Headed up. Headed forward. Picked back up. And now here comes Tampa. Long ball. That's going to go and stay in play. The spin kept it on the line. Cross is wayward, and we'll get a goal kick coming up for CBU. Now, the Bucks back line resetting. Now down the right side, here come the Spartans. They barely keep it in play, and all they want to do at this stage is just keep the clock running. They've got 120 seconds to secure their 3-0 victory. Another through ball, but this time it'll be cleared and picked up by Aiden Smith. Smith en route to a first clean sheet of the season if she can keep the ball out for 100 more seconds. Long ball played forward. And now here come the Bucks. Another long ball. Tampa going to win it right back. Here come the Spartans again. Normally, I'd say this part of the game is a minute to win it. Well, it technically is, but the stakes are a little bit lower for the Spartans.
1 minute remaining.
Tampa out wide. But that'll go out for a throw-in. Tampa's had a few more fouls today. They've actually had 12 throughout the game compared to just 4 from the Bucks. They have mustered more shots and shots on target, and have also converted from from a good amount of their shots on target. Back line for the Spartans, resetting the play. But at this stage, they know there's not a lot of time left. The scoring was opened by Sidney Dennis. And then 2 world-class goals extended the advantage. And Tampa will exit Pepin Stadium with a 1-0 record to start the 2024 campaign.
Wonderful game from the Spartans, from the opening whistle to the delay to coming out of the delay to halftime to the second half whistle, all the way through the last one. Just from start to finish, a great job in a complete game. Offense, defense, goalkeeping, everyone played well. Can't think of a single thing the Spartans did wrong, Taylor.
Yeah, and obviously I'm sure Swatowski does have a few things she wants the team to work on, but overall, I think a positive result for the Spartans, a big 3-0 victory, and Tampa will start their season on the right foot. That'll give them momentum carrying into their 11 a.m. game against the Lee Flames. That'll be an exciting one to watch at Pepin Stadium. We hope to see you in person, and hopefully there won't be a weather delay for that matchup like there was for this one. Meanwhile, the Bucks aren't leaving Florida. They're headed over to St. Petersburg to take on Eckerd at Saturday at 11 a.m. They'll be hoping to beat the Sunshine State Conference at least in one of their 2 matchups they have for the regular season before conference play gets underway for them in September. So, Tampa 2-0 against Christian Brothers in the last 2 years. Great game from Smith. Great games from Dennis, Kittner, and the rest of the offense. Tampa, 3-0 win. I'm Taylor Storley. For Alex Trepper,